If you're wanting to put an AI on your device, first of all, you need to know, will it run? Things that are important to write down about your device. The first thing is your device model and year. Then your operating system and version, your CPU or chip type, RAM memory, and your VRAM, and what kind of graphics card you've got, if you have one. You might have a graphics chip or other. And you want to know how much free space you have on your storage. So I'll go into detail about all of these. Your device model. Every manufacturer has models, so you might have an iPhone 11. You might have a Pixel 3a XL like I do, which is what I'm recording on because my camera's microphone decided to quit. So every device has a manufacturer like Apple, Asus, Dell, HP, Lenovo, Microsoft, MSI, Samsung, and phones like BBK, Huawei, Pixel, or Xiaomi. And every manufacturer has models. The latest laptops are the MacBook Air, which has an M4 chip, the Asus ZenBook 14 OLED, which refers to the kind of LED screen it's got, Dell XPS 13, or the Microsoft Surface Laptop 7. And your popular phones this year are the iPhone 16, Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, OnePlus 13, and Google Pixel 9a, which shows how old my phone is. Operating system. If you're getting ready to drive your car, you need the key so you can crank it up, right? Well, your operating system does that for your device. So if you've got an Apple computer, then you're going to be using Mac OS. Or on your iPad or iPhone, you're going to use iOS. Your Android phone, also laptops, will either be Apple or PC usually, but they might be Linux. So these are operating systems. It's like the key to crank up your device. By the way, your car also has an operating system, and your mechanic will plug that little device in under the dash to diagnose problems with your car or check the health of your car, because your car also has a computer, unless it's a classic from the 80s or before. And then we get to the heart of your machine, which is the Central Processing Unit, or CPU. That is the most expensive part on your device, and that's why it costs so much. On a laptop or PC, it's on the motherboard. The motherboard is a big flat board with chips on it, and the CPU chip is hard to miss. It is big and square and has its own fan dedicated to keep it cool. They get very hot in operation. And no wonder, because the CPU controls all the other parts of your device. So your CPU, it tells all the other chips what to do, and any peripherals that are plugged into your ports. So it's very important. Laptops and desktops, they've got the same guts basically, just smaller and miniaturized on your laptop. They'll either have an Intel or an AMD chip, and this is just a little different architecture, but it basically does the same thing. It helps you run programs and other things. So you might have AVX2, and I can't explain that. I had to look it up for this. And Apple will have an M1 or M2, and the latest one has an M4 chip. It's like the engine in your car. It's absolutely necessary. If that goes bad, nothing else will work. Then you have RAM memory, or random access memory. This is the capacity for your computer to hold the task at hand that it's doing in its memory long enough to execute commands. So the amount of RAM you have will help you, you can have more windows open on your browser. and also if your browser's running slow, you might want to close some of those extra windows to make it run faster. It only has so much RAM. You can add memory, and a computer shop can do that for you. And then there's something called VRAM. If you have a gaming computer, then you know how important the graphics card is. That's what makes your scenery in that game just pop. Your graphics card is the GPU, and it might have chips of RAM on it that are dedicated just to run your graphics, and that is called VRAM. So you may have dedicated VRAM, or you might not even have a graphics card. You might just have a graphics chip. On cell phones, there is a little part of the CPU that is dedicated to graphics. So it's not even a whole chip, but it's powerful, and you can watch YouTube on your phone because of that. Then there's storage. If you're going on a long trip and you have to take bags with you, you have to figure out, well, is all that going to fit on my trunk, or maybe I've got a luggage rack? So you have to also figure that out for your device, if your app is going to fit. And there you go, your AI is going to take up a lot of space. So you may have to sacrifice an app or two, or you might have to offload some pictures and use that space for it. So determining how much free storage space you have after all of your apps and your photographs or your videos or whatever you've got on your phone, you've got to know how much storage space you have free that hasn't got an app in it. Your phone will have a kind of storage called eMMC/UFS, which is flash memory or memory on a chip that's relatively permanent, like a hard drive is. RAM memory, anything read into RAM memory, is gone when you turn off the device. So that's why you want to make sure that anything that you're working on your computer, that you save it before you turn the computer off.